Hi, this is Oscar from Strategic Tech Coaching, and today we're going to talk about something that's very dear to my heart. We're going to talk about magic. Because for me, life is magic. It's a mystery. And we all have that magic ability to go out in the future, visualize something, and then in our mind, just play that in our mind as a movie, and then go out in the real world, take some actions, and break the gap from dream to reality. That for me is magic. For example, a couple of years ago I was working for a hotel in Sweden, and I was not so happy. I've been doing it for a while, and I got more and more tired of my job. Basically, I had a new boss, and we had a little bit different ways of thinking. He was a nice guy, but we had some different views on things, and so I start to do what most people do when you're in the corporate world. You know, you start to complain, start to blame, start about talking shit about your boss. He was not a bad guy, but that's what you do. The weekends we used to go to a bar, let's get drunk and complain. But that's not magic. Magic is what I did next. Instead of focusing on all the problems and blaming and complaining, I visualized something that I wanted to do. I turned to the future, and through what I call magic, I managed to turn that around, and I landed my, at that time, dream job in Dubai. And that ability to go out in the future, visualize something different, and come back to the now and like, okay, I'm going to change, I'm going to do something about this. That ability, us humans are the only ones that have that ability. And we can use that in a good way, or we can use that in a negative way. Most people, they don't use it at all. Instead, they have problems, they have challenges, but they get stuck in the blaming and the complaining and justifying. Just blame others for it. But guess what? Thanks to our ability to use magic, you are 100% control of your life. Recently read a book called The One Word by Evan Carmichael. Now, Evan, if you watch this, my one word is magic. Because for me, life is magic. And this ability that we can do whatever we want in our life, we can decide exactly how our life is going to turn out. Not in one day, but in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years from now. You can just go out, dream that perfect life, and make it into reality. Your dog can't do that. Cats can't do that. No animal can do that except us. And if you live life with magic, you also start collecting what I call magic moments. So you have your past, you have your present, you have your future. So using magic for the future, we already talked about this. It's about visualizing the ideal outcome. Using magic about the past. Anytime you can take a deep breath and think back of all the cool things that have happened to your life. I'm sure you had some cool things. I mean, of course there are negative things as well, but those things we reframe as learning. And we pick up all those positive times, those fun times, those magic moments is what I call it. So that's how we use magic with the past. In Strategic Tech Coaching, we work a lot with this. We have a lot of ways on collecting magic moments. One thing is just take pictures of when you're doing something and save that in a separate folder that we call magic moments. And also have a journal. There's an app that we recommend called Day One, where you can write journal and you tag it magic moments, so you did something. Last Friday I went for lunch with a couple of friends and my wife. We went to a Spanish restaurant here in Dubai. We had a great time. That was a magic moment for me. I don't want to forget that. I want to remember that. So I write it in my journal. I tag it as a magic moment. 1 year from now, I can go back to that day and I can relive and I can get back to those emotional states. So that's how you use magic in your past. And then of course, we need to train ourselves to see and use the magic in our day-to-day lives, in our now. So we talked about the future, we talked about the past, but you can also use the magic in the now. And that is basically to practice mindfulness. Take a few deep breaths and just enjoy be here in the now and see the magic. See the magic. I mean, look at this. Well, you're thinking maybe it's easy for you to say that standing on a beach in Dubai, and of course that's magic, but I'm in my office. But there's always something, and it depends on what you're focusing on. So be mindful, be in the now, observe and see all the magic that is around you. You can just focus on your heart, the magic that your heart is beating without you had to do anything about it. So that's my one word that I would like to define my whole business around. Our ability to use magic to design the exact life that we want to. And thanks to technology, I mean, I'm having a selfie stick as I'm shooting this video. Someone actually invented a selfie stick. If someone would have come to me with a business proposal that they're going to do a selfie stick, I would have said, what are you talking about, a couple of years ago. But someone used his imagination and magic and turned that dream into reality. And see how many people now around the world that use a selfie stick. And it's actually not such a bad idea, because thanks to this selfie stick that I'm having, I can share my passion about this thing, that you can take control of your life and use magic to design it exactly the way you want.